get turned on when I am in that other part of me, those parts of me that are more masculine, more this way. I think that this kind of stigmatized gender division, that being ambitious and powerful and on the go is masculine, is just a curse to women.
This curse will last to the end of time! No power on earth can change it!
My boyfriend is not attracted to me, and I'm not interested in having sex when I'm in my masculine mode. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Ester Perel has some interesting Q&A sessions on her presentations talking about the future of love, modern relationships, etc. In one of her talks, she mentions that it's men's time to adapt and change the narrative. Because of women's emancipation, the dynamic between men and women have been confusing for men in general. And men walking away from marriage, cohabitation, relationships, etc. are definitely results of the changes men are making for future relationships. This is what you see before the question is asked. Femininity at work and at home. Finding a balance or switching it on. This is basically the question that a woman is gonna ask, but she will say some interesting things that we would like to highlight. Now it's time for us to dive into this and do what we have to do, because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we? Shit.
When I'm running my business, I flex into qualities and characteristics that are typically more masculine.
I knew you were going. Yes.
And when I come home at night to my boyfriend, if I'm in my masculine mode, he's not attracted to me and I'm not interested in sex.
We talked about this yesterday with the flowers story. Man brought his wife flowers at work and she yelled at him, cursed him out in front of her boss and co-workers. Why?
Why?
Because she is in her masculine energy. Flowers are connected, associated with femininity, and they can't make the switch. So she takes this masculine energy back to the house, back home. Of course, your man is not attracted to you. A heterosexual man is not attracted to another man. Even though you are a woman, you still feel like a man. Why?
Why?
Because of your energy. That spiritual energy, your aura. Attraction is not a choice, fellas. We didn't have a secret meeting somewhere and decided that we would only be attracted to femininity. This is human nature at work. Your senses give you the information that automatically makes you attracted or not attracted to a woman. And a lot of people underestimate their presence. Just the presence of a father in the house has a positive impact. The male energy. And that's the thing. She comes into the house with her masculine energy and it's like, run! Get to the chopper! You don't want to be around her. And she is not interested in having sex. I wonder why. In order for her to be interested in having sex, she will need to feel sexy. And her mind is totally not there because she is working. Now, how are you supposed to inspire and motivate your man to do all of these things to make you feel special and sexy when you show up like you have a dick in your pants? We want punani. Presented to us in a feminine, soft, inspirational manner. I'm not interested in smashing a butch biatch.
Is there a way of finding that balance? Is it something that we should be looking to kind of evolve into a grander form of our feminine self and be able to run a business in our feminine? Or is there a way to be able to snap out of that and come home so I can be the woman that relationship?
This is where we get confused as men, and this is why men choose not to participate in marriage, cohabitation, long-term relationships, etc. She talks about balance. Relationships are about balance. Life is about balance. Men are confused because their role is not clear, and in order for them to be in a relationship, they will have to deal with the paradoxical mindset these modern women have. You want to be strong and independent, but you want to be taken care of at the same time. You can't have it all. And now you confuse yourself because they told you that you could have it all. It looks good on paper, but in practice, it's a different story. So this is an interesting question that this woman is asking. And the answer that Ester Perel is going to give her is also interesting.
Great question. Most people, when they talk about what turns them on, That's exactly the way they frame the question. What turns me on is, or you turn me on when. He doesn't get turned on when I am in that other part of me, those parts of me that are more masculine, more this way. I think that this kind of stigmatized gender division, that being ambitious and powerful and on the go is masculine, is just a curse to women. Women have always been in the market and on the fields and on the go, and why? And nobody talked about it as masculine. It's really becoming problematic.
There was no need to talk about it as masculine because men did most of the labor throughout history. Women massively joining the labor force is still a fresh thing. Personally, I don't care how it's labeled. What I care about is whether it's attractive to me or not. I don't care about her job unless it's immoral, like OnlyFans and shit. When you come home, you're not no manager. You're not at the workplace. Be a freaking girlfriend. That's worth having.
It's really becoming problematic. Plus, we are a lot more fluid, and we have masculine and feminine in all of us, and they're not always in the body of a man and the body of a woman. But the question you ask yourself is the opposite question. I turn myself off when, and I turn myself on when. I awaken my desire by, or I turn and shut down my desire by, is not the same as you turn me off when, and what turns me off or what turns me on is. And once you understand that desire is a thing that you own, and when you ask people what turns you off, what shuts you down, 90% of what you're going to say has to do with not taking care of yourself, being disconnected from your bodies, overeating, being tired, being worried, not feeling good about yourself. They all have to do ultimately with self-worth.
Exactly. If you want to have it all, then you will have to do all the work, at least most of it. You cannot expect men to adapt to and or give up the things that they are naturally attracted to and are looking for in women. When you listen to her Q&A sessions from most of her videos, you will notice that most modern women don't want to be traditional. And that's fine. But what are you going to do to achieve what you want to achieve? Are you ready to put in work? Because that's exactly what it's going to take. A lot of work. And when you follow this channel, we've proven many times that women are not willing to put in that work.
In a version of that. And when you talk about what turns you on, they will have to do with self-care. So when you go home, your issue is not to connect with the feminine per se. Your issue is to connect with yourself. Whatever pieces of the feminine, masculine those may be, if you want to name them like that, but I recommend you actually change the labels. You'll find that you have a much bigger field when you're not locked into categories which are actually stultifying and fossilized.
Modern society doesn't have a good impact on women. Women hit an all-time low when it comes to happiness. When you're an entrepreneur, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. You have to wear many hats. Successful entrepreneurs work. And to take it a step further, they love to work. All of these things are killing her sex drive, and on top of that, her boyfriend is not attracted to her when she is in her masculine mode. What are the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman like this? These career women. What do they do for you? If you're gonna invest your time, money, and energy into something or someone, make sure that it's worth it. We're here to make you think. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.